Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Vikings and the 49ers under the lights on Sunday night.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Touchdown, Vikings! I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? And
there he goes, left side. The 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
171 yards for him on the ground so far. A great start to this divisional round contest. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Boy, 179 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Off the play fake, Cousins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
And he will have a Vikings first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he will score. Touchdown, Viking. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And some space here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On the carry, it's Cook. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Room here to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 70. So So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a run with Cook. Oh, he's got some... Taking it right down Broadway. 20, 10... And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 78 yards. And the Vikings. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now. Trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
They find some open field here. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They run it again with Cook. And some room to roam now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big play there out of Cook. 62 yards. Big run here in the fourth as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
They'll run with Cook, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. What a game. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.